Here we'll talk about rhythm. So when we're talking about rhythm, we are talking about the flow of the elements, usually organized according to one of these following 5 rhythmic schemes. So we have the first one's repetition and alternation. They're pretty much the same thing. The second one is progression or gradation. The third one is transition. Fourth, opposition or contrast. And fifth, radiation. Rhythm occurs when an element of design like line, form, texture, color have some sort of organized pattern. They can add interest to a room, but sometimes if you overuse it, it can cause that room to be boring. So let's look at the first one, rhythm by repetition. This establishes rhythm through the repetitive use of an element. It establishes a continuity and a flow of rhythm. For example, a color repeated throughout an interior. Grouping artwork to create a whole or even a place setting can create rhythm if the eye can smoothly connect rather than jump or leap from one object to another. So the rhythm in this room would be your artwork on the wall. Okay. Also, the pillows, you'll notice it's the white, blue, white, blue. The rhythm in this space would be the artwork on the wall as well. Okay. And then the rhythm in this area, in this space on the table, would be the plates, okay, and the centerpieces. So it leads your eye in a direction, and there is a rhythm, and our eyes tend to like that. Here's another one by repetition. Look at this picture and see what is repeating. You have several things. You have the seats are repeating, you have the lights that are repeating, and you have these booths that are repeating. What is repeating in this picture? The pillows are, right? So you have solid stripe, so it leads your eye down. Then you have rhythm by transition. So transition is a rhythm that leads the eye without interruption from one point to another. Rhythm by transition can be established by continuous line, usually maybe an architectural element such as crown molding or an arched doorway or shelving. What rhythm do you see in this space that is leading your eye across the room? The scalloped border of the cornice on the curtain. Okay, so it's got like scalloped and it's leading your eye across the room. But there is a rhythm movement to it. What about this picture? Again, the curtains here are leading your eye across the room. What about this space right here? You might have noticed the books. It's a repeating motion, or it's drawing your eye across the room, but there is the repetition of the books and the bookshelves. What about up in this space? You have the repeating of the architecture on the ceiling. And this picture, you also have the repeating of some architectural feature in the room. And then in this picture, the repetition of the zigzag lines on the rug are drawing your eye across the room. The next one is rhythm through progression, and that is seen in shapes progressing from large to small, short to tall, etc. So a collection of different sized boxes or glass bottles are accessory items that can create rhythm by progression. A lot of times you might even see like a large vase, a medium vase, and a small vase that are clustered together, which would be considered rhythm through progression. And this here, you've got the larger elephant, medium, and small. It's drawing your eye up, but the sizes are progressively getting smaller as you go up. Here, these are nesting tables that when you push them in, they all fit underneath each other, but it's a large table, medium table, small table. Again, leading your eye. And then here, you've got the larger plates, the medium plates, and then the napkins. So again, it's kind of leading your eyes up. And then you also have the repetition of this, so that's another form of rhythm. More nesting tables, large, medium, small, leading your eye. Here you have some suitcases that are large, medium, small, leading your eye up, and there's the repetition of the boxes. Then we have rhythm with alternation, and that's a sequence of two or more components that are following a rhythmic pattern that the eye can follow. So here you have the alternating of the two colors on the walls. So that's leading your eye across, but it's a alternation of patterns, an alternation of colors. Okay, here then we have rhythm with contrast. Contrast meaning like the opposite colors, or we haven't talked about color too much, but it's opposite each other on the color wheel, or just there's a lot of contrast between the two colors, but there's some sort of rhythmic element to it that is leading your eye. So on this picture, you've got the bright gold pictures on the black wall. They pop, but there is a rhythm to it because it's very repetitious. Here you've got a white wall and black books. This picture may look familiar. I've used it before, but you do have the rhythmic black books against the white wall, that contrast leading your eye across. And then here you have a green wall with complementary colors, which we'll talk about soon. Red, rhythmic, the rhythmic movements moving your eye across. That contrast is really grabbing your eye's attention. Rhythm through radiation, that is in the form of a circle. When you think of that, we've talked about radial balance. It's another type of rhythm closely related to radial balance. Radiation can give a room a circular, sweeping, rhythmic movement. The rhythm in this space would be your stairs. It's repeating of stairs. Here, they're in a circular shaped table with chairs going around. Yes, this is radial balance, which you'll learn at another station, but the rhythm is with the repeating of the chairs around the round table.